This is going to be kind of a quick review here. This is the Strike M keyboard from Catz, and it's a Bluetooth keyboard, but it can also be charged and used while in USB mode. So you can plug in a USB into the keyboard itself here, and you can charge it and use it at the same time as well. It does say that it can get up to 80 hours of battery life using the Bluetooth technology, which is pretty cool. And it's very small, very, very, very small. I mean, this is my hand here in comparison. The keys are very, very tiny. I would say they're probably about the size of a AAA battery. Like the tip of the AAA battery is about how big each of these keys are, so it's very, very small. As far as typing on it, I mean, the keys feel very good, but they are very crunched together. I mean, you can see, if I use my 4 fingers and I try to put each one on each key, it's very, very cramped. So it's not like something that you're going to be able to, once you position both of your hands on the keyboard and try to start typing on it without looking at the keyboard, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss some keys. You're probably going to skip a lot of letters as you're typing. I've tried to type without looking, and just because of the way that the backspace is just so far up here, and the shift button on this side is over here because of the arrow keys, as well as the enter button. So the arrow keys kind of get in the way of trying to do like the question mark with your pinky and some of these other markings. So it is very small. It's more designed for, if you really have small hands, or if you plan on typing with one hand, while you're holding it with one hand and you're typing with the other, or you're just going to be typing pretty slow. I mean, I can type pretty fast on it, but it's not going to be anywhere near the speed that I can do it on a normal size keyboard. So again, the keys are very, very small and very, very cramped. So you're probably going to want to be using maybe like, your just the first 2 fingers to type here, and then on this side with your other hand, you're probably going to use your other 2 fingers. So you can't really have your full hand on here because it's very, very difficult to keep them both kind of cramped together. Some of the features that I found are really cool is that it is backlit, so the keyboard can illuminate each key, which is kind of cool. And another interesting feature is it has a mouse sensor up here. So this little tiny square is actually a kind of like a trackpad, and it also acts as a button. Now it says up and down. It's not a scroll per se, so I can just touch it and move it, and it'll just work just like a normal trackpad. If I click, it'll work as like the left click. If I click and hold up and down, then that's when it does the scrolling up and down using it's not like a mouse wheel, but it's like, when you're clicking down on the mouse wheel and then you're moving up and down on the page, it just does the fast scrolling thing. It's pretty much what it does. We do have the left and right clicks here, which are nice. We also have the exact same thing going on over here. And I'm assuming the reason is because I can move with this hand, and then with the other hand, I can just do the right and left clicks over here without having to do it here, which I think is kind of useless, because if it's all going to be right here, I'm probably going to want to do it this way. So these 2 buttons here are kind of a waste unless you want to use this keyboard two-handed. Of course, we have the normal functionality here. Hit the function button, which will access the escape. This I did not like. I did not like the fact that the escape button had to be a function button. I wish it was actually an escape, and then the function would actually be these 2 markings, because we don't really use those quite a lot. We actually use the escape key more on the keyboard, so that's kind of an odd design choice right there. We have these here, so that's kind of cool. The caps lock. Here's the Bluetooth button. This right here is to switch between modes. So there are 4 modes, I believe. Here, let me actually turn on the keyboard. Let me show you. So here's the USB charging port, and then here is the power. So we're going to turn that on, and then you'll see quickly that there were 4 modes, 2, 3, 4, that we can customize per device. So it's not like, oh, I can because I can't macro any keys. There's no macroing whatsoever available on this keyboard. What it's designed for is that this could be, my PlayStation console. The other one could be my TV, and then the other one could be my computer or laptop or tablet. This one could be a phone. So that's really cool that I can actually switch between the devices really quickly. Yeah, it'll take maybe a couple of seconds for it to activate so that I can actually see it actually working. And here's the backlight. Not sure if we can see it here. Let me try turning on this backlight. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see it. There are 4 different levels of brightness, and unfortunately, you can only choose between white color. There's only a white backlit background. Over here we have your normal media keys, and then this is a volume rocker, so you can adjust the volume, and then of course there's a battery indicator as well. The space bar, and then this is actually a button here as well, and this button is the only functionality I found for it is a backspace, not like backspace, but when you're in a browser, it just goes back one page, so that's what that's for. Um, because there's no other way of going back in a browser scenario without having to use your mouse and actually clicking back or something like that. So this is basically going back in your browser mode, and of course these are all more Windows 8 functionality. The keyboard's very light. It's about probably the size of not the size, but the weight of a standard TV remote. So that's pretty cool. With the backlight on, it won't be 80 hours. It'd actually probably be about, I would say maybe 20 hours of battery life, because that light, depending on the brightness, can get pretty bright actually, which is really, really good though. When you're sitting at night on your TV and you're viewing it from far away, so that's kind of cool. I do have to award Mad Catz with their presentation, especially the packaging that it comes with. It's actually kind of cool. Let's see if I can grab a couple boxes here. So this is the box that it comes with. Pretty basic standard design. What's really interesting though is that when it comes in this little box, when you first open it, you're going to see that you're going to get some Mad Catz stickers, of course the instruction manuals, all that good stuff. And then it comes in this little nice paper sleeve, and then you have where USB cables are going to come in. It's a really big instruction manual, which I think is kind of a waste. They probably could have gone something smaller. That's cool though, they at least give you various different sticker sizes, so you can stick them on your laptop or other gaming stuff. So that's that. Besides the keyboard, there are white and red colors. It comes in this nice little sleeve or case. It says Strike M on there. And it comes with a little sleeve here. It's a USB cable. The USB cable has the Mad Catz logo on both sides. It's not braided, but good enough. And then this device is designed for a tablet. So if we just open it up here, if you have a tablet, you can rest it right on here, and then it'll just slightly lean against it. But since I have already cases available for my tablets and they kind of rest by themselves, I've kind of just squished it a little bit so that I can actually rest my phone on here. So I kind of use it for my phone mostly, but it does give you the option to, put your tablet on here, or you can use it for a phone. So either or. Or if you're not using your keyboard, you can, I guess, just put it on here and just showcase it like that if you'd like. Overall, it's an okay keyboard. It's definitely something that you have to consider if your home theater system has a lot of searching, and you're doing a lot of keyboard type stuff in your home theater area. This keyboard is probably worth it, especially for that $100 price tag. But if you're trying to use it as kind of just a keyboard for your laptop, I probably wouldn't recommend it, just because the keys are very small and it's very difficult to type very fast. But playing little casual games on here is pretty easy because the keys are very, very close by. So it's all based on your muscle memory. But it's a pretty good